Call meeting to order. Main takes roll. Number 2, approval of the consent agenda, A through E. Take your time. What's that?
You skipped my presentation.
Oh, did I? Where is that at? Oh, okay. I did, I'm sorry.
We can get to it at the end if you want.
No, go ahead. 1A.
January is School Board Appreciation Month, so I know sometimes it's a very thankless job, so we just want to take a minute and say thank you. We've got a fancy certificate here for all of you.
Is that with the financial reward?
If you can get something out of this, I guess so. Yeah. There you go. Everything spelled correctly.
The ink.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. Like I said, it's definitely be a thankless job. You guys know better than anyone the responsibilities and everything that goes along with it, and so we appreciate your time and your commitment to your school and community. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bryce. Number 2, approval of the consent agenda, A through E. If you have any explanations you want to give, Bryce, you can go ahead.
If you will notice on your summary, financial summary, you're going to see the ending monthly balance kind of negative. We kind of discussed this would be a possibility in December. As of today, that number is not in the negative, but it's not anywhere where we'd like it to be. Our January county tax check came in, and compared to what it was at this time last year, it's $800,000 less. So that's where we're at, and we've been discussing that for a while. So that number there is reflective of everything that happened through the end of 2020. That has changed just a little bit, but just within the last couple of days. So that number is more with our bills that have been out. It's about a little over $200,000 right now in the monthly balance in that account. The other one's building fund currently is a little higher. I believe it's closer to it's got $90,000 in there after our check that we received. We've had to pay out a little bit more in the lunch fund, so it's about $54,000. Of course, our bond fund doesn't change much until we sell those bonds, and that'll be in May. And the sinking fund is really where it should be at this time, at $354,000. You'll see there on your sheet. That was a negative 13, and that is due to the tax protest. And we're not getting that money in there that should go into the sinking fund. So we'll have to have more conversations as we go through, but that's kind of where everything's at as of today. I will tell you in regards to the general fund, aside from basic utilities, any kind of bus repair and payroll. That is, I informed our principals we have not signed any purchase orders at all through that. Our activity accounts, things that can be repaired, if we have building repairs or something like that, that can be done through the building fund. But as far as that general fund goes, we're not spending any more money out of that at all. The last set of purchase orders that we did sign were commitments that we made to our seniors that had taken college classes. And we made it known that last semester that would be the last semester that would be offered. So we reimburse those students that have earned those things. But outside of that, like I said, there really isn't anything. One big expense that we did have, and it comes either at the end of December or January, at the end of the year, is for the visual inspection fee back to the county, and that's for $42,000. So, I mean, that basically comes out of that tax money that we do collect at this time. Like I said, other than that, expenses, we don't have any other than basic utilities and payroll.
Any other questions or statements on A through E?
With E, we do have 2 resignations. I do have Mrs. Anderson's resignation in hand, and you all have a copy of that. And then I also have Charlie Anderson's resignation. So we have both of those, and that kind of finalizes that. And we move on.
Motion to approve.
Curtis made a motion to approve, I'll second. Samantha?
Littlefield,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Willhite.
Yes.
Number 3, principal's report.
I don't have much at the elementary, but all our staff received CPR and first aid training on January 4th when we came back. And then we have another in-service on January 22nd. Other than that, we're just in class, hoping to stay in class.
We had a 3-day high school basketball tournament this weekend. I thought it was a great success as always. The community helped out so many things, from concession to gate to several other things. The girls basketball team were the champions of the tournament. The boys were runner-up. All tournament team for the boys were Gabe Wyatt and Rustin James. All tournament team for the girls were Gracie Leslie, Bridget Willhite, and MVP Abby Guppy. The trophy auction is tomorrow night at the fairgrounds. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and high school is busy. We're at that time of year, we play about 4 nights a week. The speech team is competing, but it is virtually. We have 85 students in junior high, and 111 in high school, and we've had 5 in this building since Christmas. I don't know how many we're at this.
I can't tell you for sure. I've got a lot of new ones, I've lost some, so.
Anyway, we have 5 new ones in this building. A couple other things. We had another very generous donation from the Wrights family for the music program. Many Christmas gifts were given through our community organizations in Cherokee and Alva, plus several individuals helped out. Our local firemen delivered gifts to around 15 families. The 10th graders are going to tour Northwest Tech this month. Student Council blood drive will be January 28th. Basketball homecoming will be the 29th of January. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Number 4, proposed executive session to discuss the hiring of a new superintendent, including salary, contract, extra duties, so the board can return to open session and vote to on-set employment 25 OS 307B1. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Desiree, second. Samantha?
Littlefield,
Yes.
Gibson, or
Yes.
Goodwin, Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Willhite.
Yes.
7:09.
I texted Chaplain, and he's like, thank you, you've definitely been a good friend. But anyways, I mean, I think he's getting a little bit better.
Yeah, that's what, I visited with Jennifer a couple times last few days. That's kind of where she.
Acknowledgement of the board's return to open session.
Motion for adjournment.
Lauren's made a motion, I'll second.
Sorry.
It's 8:14.
Littlefield,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Willhite.
Yes.
Go ahead.
During the executive session, we discussed the hiring of a new superintendent, including salary, contract, and extra duties, so that we can return to open session and vote on said employment.
Number 5, vote to approve or not to approve the employment, including salary contract of Bryce Sean Blocker as superintendent of Cherokee Public Schools. And I make a motion to hire Bryce as said contract.
I'll second.
Desiree, second. Samantha?
Littlefield,
Yes.
Goodwin,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson,
Yes.
Willhite, yes.
Thank you. Number 6, discussion and vote to amend or to continue health protocols and policy related to COVID-19.
My recommendation on our health protocols, the one change that I would like to see us look at is currently our policy has it that if we have to go virtual as a site or a district, that all of our activities then would be canceled. What I would like to change there is to give the administration the ability to make decisions based on the situation and maybe the circumstances surrounding that closure. If it's a matter of we just don't have enough staff to put in classrooms or substitutes, and there's still a chance there that our coaches and sponsors can still take the kids and compete in their activities, I would like for us to have that ability to make that decision at that time based on the circumstances around the closure. Activities are just so important to our kids right now, and if there's anything that we can do to ensure that those things are able to continue, whether it be ball games, speech contests, FFA livestock shows, anything like that, if we have the means to make those things happen right now, I think that we owe it to them to do that. And our policy, the way it is now, there's not an option to even have really that discussion. So my only recommendation with our health protocol policy would be to allow the administration to make decisions on extracurricular activities in the case of a school closure.
I will make a motion that we allow administration the discretion to determine curriculum participation in a case-by-case if we are deemed school closure procedures with a continued mask policy.
I'll second.
Littlefield,
Yes.
Goodwin,
No.
Parker,
Yes.
Gibson, Willhite,
Yes.
Number 8, new business.
Let's back up to 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 7, superintendent's report.
A couple things I will report here. First, along kind of the lines, bring everybody up to speed on some of the COVID things that we have going. Now, the State Department of Education, in conjunction with the Oklahoma State Department of Health, has come up with a mechanism that we have to use to report cases within the school. We were just reporting those to the health department directly, but now through the State Department and Oklahoma Health Department, we now have to do that, which means that's just going to be more work for our office people. There are things that we've already been doing, but it's going to be a more tedious process. I don't think that there's really anybody excited about that in the state right now. That just rolled out this week. Our cases right now in the school seem to be well, although I say that very cautiously, because last month I said that, and then 2 days later it went the other way. So that's how quickly it can change. Looking at today's attendance at both buildings, we don't currently have anybody in the junior high and the high school that's placed on a distance learning program, which means we don't have anybody that's at home with it. There's not a positive case. We don't have any close contacts. We do have some kids that are just absent, but at the elementary, we do have some kids, but that is because of things going on in the home. So as of now, like I say this cautiously. Our numbers after Christmas break coming back seem to be much better than they were when we left. We did have to limit attendance to our ball games per the governor's executive order, which is set to either expire or be extended on Wednesday of this week, so we'll look to see what happens there. You could either allow 4 spectators per participant or 50% of your building's occupancy, whichever was less is what you had to do. So for us and the size of our teams, it had to be 4, and so that's what we've done. We've used a ticket process. We had to do that for our tournament. Seemed to be okay. I still felt like we had a really good crowd on Friday and Saturday at our tournament, but I don't know exactly what our gate numbers were, but I do know that probably down a little bit. Thursday was pretty bleak. We are going to get another round of, I call it CARES 2. There's another acronym for it, but I can't remember what it is, but we are going to get another round of money. So right now we're going to expect to receive $171,000 this time. It was about $50,000 the first time, so quite a bit more, and that will go a long ways in helping us get through the end of the year. There are some limitations to it, and there is a process, just like with anything else, to get that funding. But you know, that at least that's there, and we're going to be able to utilize that and try to get creative with how that can help us. School calendar, usually by this time we've approved the school calendar for next year. So just to bring you up to speed, I'm meeting with principals this week. We've already had one meeting to start those discussions. I've asked for their input. I've asked them to speak with their teachers, try to get some input, and would kind of like to make that more of a district-based decision with some options, but we should have that ready, and we'll bring that to you next month. And so hopefully we can get the 21-22 school calendar approved. Just on our finances, we talked a little bit about it at the beginning. I did send out a survey to all staff today inquiring about their intentions for next school year, whether they plan to retire or return, and asked for those to be back on January 22nd, so that we'll get that information back, and that should help in the decision-making process with what we have to go to. I've got some meetings, one with a financial institution to discuss some options and the non-payable warrants that we're going to have to go through. It's been a busy few days already back, trying to reach out to as many organizations and agencies that I can, just to try to solicit some help and some aids and guidance as we maneuver through the next few months. Other than that, I do want to draw just a little bit of attention to some of our employees. I was very, very impressed with Billy Irvin and Bucky Bell, David Newton, Sharon Inman, Christy Graham. They've done a tremendous job at our basketball games with our cleaning that we've asked them to do, whether it's spraying down the benches between the ball games. They've been wiping down the handrails. Just some extra steps there that we've tried to take, and I've had numerous people from other communities come up and thank us for doing that. I know they've said they've had several people come up and personally thank them. So if you see those people, you know, just let them know that they're appreciated, because they're kind of going above and beyond right now. I feel like that they're really doing a great job. Let me back up here just a second. Sorry. Our lease purchase, we did discuss looking to refinance that, and we're still doing that, but it was right before the holiday break. COVID's got everything else slowed down too, so Haven't got any numbers back yet, but we're still looking at that, so hopefully in the next month or so. But they said once we get the numbers and we find something that's gonna work for us, it should go pretty quickly, and we'll be able to close on that and move on with that. But, and the last thing I'd like to say is just, thanks. I appreciate your support. This has been quite the learning experience so far, and it will be, but I'm excited about it. I'm pretty competitive, and in education, sometimes it's not about winning and losing. It's about playing the game and playing it right and playing hard. And so, I want to see everything that is best for our kids and our students and our school and our community here. So I appreciate the opportunity that you've given me, and I'm going to work my tail off to make it a great day to be a chief.
Thanks, Chris. Any new business on number 8?
There's no new business.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. A second.
I'll second.
Desiree, second. Samantha?
Littlefield.
Yes.
Good. Goodwin.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Gibson.
Yes.
Willhite.
Yes.
8:26.